So today I'm going to cover a few basic setup features for designing 3D polylines in an AutoCAD system. So I'm going to start with my units and just confirm what they are. Currently I'm set to architectural feet and inches. By default it's usually decimal, so I want to make sure I'm in architectural. I hit OK, and then I'm going to check my P-type. And the P-type is your point style manager. By default, AutoCAD has a single point set to 5% relative to the screen size. And what that means is that all you're going to see inside of your AutoCAD workspace is a single dot floating in space, no matter how far you zoom in or out and regenerate. So I'm going to choose something a little bit more visible. I prefer, personally, the circle with the X through it, so not to interfere with any crossing lines or boundary lines that might be in my model. And then I also prefer to use 2.5 inch set in absolute units. That way, no matter how far I zoom out or in, they stay 2.5 inches in real space. So I'm going to hit OK. You're going to notice some changes appear on my screen. And what that is you have some points that are in the vertical plane and some other points that are in the horizontal plane. I'm also going to switch my viewports to 2 vertical viewport configuration. I'm going to zoom to extents in my left-hand top plane view. And then in my right-hand plane, I'm going to switch to an isometric view. And when you zoom in and out, you'll notice that if I select one of the points on the left-hand viewport, that same point also selects. The one down below it and to the north is in line in the northern axis, the y-axis, but there is a vertical separation between the 2 points. So that's the basic visualization of seeing points in real space. Now your settings on your object snaps may not be toggled on to track nodes. So you may want to use those. But you may also target with point filters, shift and right click, and target nodes or D for the quick command to target those nodes if you choose. In the routing aspects, when you target a node, it should appear as that asterisk or that burst dot for the grip, and when you select on it, it will be tracking the node. Again, shift and right click, node or D will activate the node of, and then you simply select your point. So that's going to track the 2 nodes direct point to direct point. When you hit enter, you'll see the left-hand viewport. It's a direct line from those 2 points. That's not typically how we use in the piping industry. We want to make route lines. So I'm going to target this a little bit different. If I do the distance command, which is DI, I can click a node to another node, and it will tell me my X, Y, and Z directions. And so I can just track down in the vertical and track north in the Y direction if I choose to. So I can do 3P, select my point, -Z, 24 inches or 2 feet, and then a Y direction of 12 inches or 1 foot. And then on my right hand view, since this line is directly in line with the point behind it due to the 45-degree angle, I can either hold shift and my mouse wheel and ever so slightly pivot my view, or I can use the dial below my view cube to do the same. And just ever so slightly out of that isometric view will allow you to see things in a skewed isometric angle so as not to have the issue with 45-degree alignment. So that's the basic configuration of setting your units, making sure your status bar has the appropriate settings to track points, and then setting your interface up to see the maximum visibility.